Welcome to Enid, Oklahoma, my hometown. The picture's a grain elevator. We're in the heart of wheat country. And when you look out at Enid, Oklahoma on the horizon, you see grain elevators. Let's breathe together. Start with your posture and get comfortable. Maybe lying down on your back in your bed with your legs uncrossed, your arms comfortably at your side with your palms up. Maybe on your sofa or the floor or your recliner kicked back. Or sit up in a chair. Choose a chair with a back to support your back. And then feel your sit bones and wiggle from side to side and plant both of them evenly and firmly. Your knees at 90 degrees, hip width apart, your feet flat on the floor with the toes pointing forward. Good. Now lift your chest and gently tuck your chin back towards your neck and feel the neck vertebra line and clear that passageway for the nerve impulses and the blood to flow between the brain and the body. And now notice your belly and let your belly be soft. So much of the time we think we have to suck our belly in. Well, this is the time to do the opposite. Let it be soft and relaxed. Let's shift the focus of your brain from your chest to your belly and pull the breath in through both nostrils if you can. And as you pull it in, the belly rounds up. And then you let it go and let it flow out. Pulling the breath in and pulling it down low and the belly rounds. And then letting the air spill out slower on the exhale than the inhale. As you lengthen the exhale, some people find it easier to lengthen the exhale if they round the lips and let the air flow out slowly through rounded lips. Try it and see what works best for you. Inhaling, the belly rounds low, and exhaling out through rounded lips slow. A normal size breath. Creating that healthy balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Good. Now combine the low, slow breath with some isometric exercises. We've learned that in a meta-analysis of exercise that the isometric exercises came out on top in terms of the cardiovascular system, blood pressure, heart rate. Bring your hands together in front of you like in prayer position, and push with both hands and resist with both hands at the same time and create tension. And continue this low, slow breath while you push and resist and create the tension. And as you breathe and push and resist, notice the tension and notice if something's gotten involved that doesn't need to be involved, like are your eyes squinted or are your buttocks tight? Notice where there's extra tension that's not needed. And see if you can isolate the tension to the area that's needed to push and resist with both hands. We begin to identify the tension so that we bring the right amount of tension for what needs to be done. You know, if you drove your car around with the brakes on, it wouldn't last very long. And when we carry extra tension, we basically are creating wear and tear on ourselves that isn't needed. So practice with the breath and the tension of the push and resist of the hands, and then the awareness of other tension and letting it go. Good. And now release the tension and shake your hands out. Your hands, your fingers, create isometric tension with your fingers touching your thumbs. Index finger to the thumb and push and resist with both. And continue the low, slow breath and continue the awareness and search for tension that isn't needed with its release. Pushing the thumb and the index finger as you continue the low, slow breath. Belly rounding on the inhale. And exhaling out slowly, perhaps through rounded lips. And then release the thumb and the index finger and move to the thumb and the middle finger and continue the process, pulling the air in, rounding the belly, letting the air flow out while you maintain the push and the resist, and your awareness of your body and other places that are carrying tension that's not needed. Notice your face and your tongue and your jaw, your cheeks. Notice. And if there's tension, release it. And now move to the ring finger and touch the ring finger to the thumb and push and resist with both of them. And continue the low, slow breath and the awareness of tension. Good. And now do the pinky finger and touch the thumb to the little finger and push and resist. And breathe. Breathe the low, slow breath. Normal size breath. Belly rounds. Exhale out and extend the exhale. Maintain the push and the resist. And the awareness of tension in your body and release it. Good. And now release and shake your hands out. Open and shut them rapidly and release the tension. These hands out at the edges, the extremities, and we wake them up and we create nice flow and circulation out at the ends of our extremities. Good. This morning, let's work with some breath techniques that are specifically designed to calm the cardiovascular system. And once you've practiced these, you may find that you have times in your life when you need them, and you can put them to work and get feedback on whether or not they're working. Last night I was talking with friends about times I've used them and how important they were to my situation. I've told the story before about riding in an ambulance after an accident and hearing my vital signs and hearing my blood pressure and thinking, "Gads, my blood pressure is so high," and immediately bringing my hand up to my face and closing off the right nostril and breathing through the left nostril, knowing that that left nostril addresses the right hemisphere of my brain and it's calming and soothing. And so as I rode in the ambulance, I was breathing through the left nostril. The paramedic wanted to know why I had my hand to my face. Was I experiencing pain in my face? And I told her no, but I was concerned about my blood pressure and I was breathing through my left nostril to lower my blood pressure. Well, she was really quick to tell me that that didn't work and that breathing was great, but you weren't going to change your blood pressure by doing it. And she would show me immediately, and she quickly took my blood pressure. And then she was so surprised because my blood pressure had returned from that high that had me on alert down to a normal blood pressure. I was surprised because I'd only been doing it for a few minutes and that I had created that big change. Surprised both of us, and she was so eager to learn more and tell me how she was going to use this because she spent time traveling in ambulances with people who needed this, and that she was going to use it. And it was great because I got to be validated in terms of the technique. And always when I'm going to the doctor, if I'm going and they're going to take my blood pressure, I tend to have white coat blood pressure elevation. And before I go into the doctor's, I will sit in the waiting area and just breathe through my left nostril, calming my blood pressure before I walk into the office. And we all have times, whether it's physical that's causing the rise in our blood pressure, or emotional, or a doctor's appointment, that we want to calm it. And so we use this technique of breathing through the left nostril. Let's practice it this morning. Just bring your hand up to your face and lightly close off the right nostril, maybe with your index finger, maybe your thumb, whatever's comfortable for you. And then just continue the breath, rounding the belly, and then letting the breath spill out, and isolate it to the left nostril, and just breathe. Belly rises. Exhale and let the body lengthen and flatten, and continue breathing through the left nostril and practicing the technique and marking it down in your mind's memory. It's so that if you end up in that situation where you want to change your blood pressure quickly, you have a technique to utilize. We'll go for 3 minutes. And if your mind is wandering, bring it back and maybe find a word or a phrase that you want to use to occupy your mind as you breathe in and out through the left nostril. It can be any word. You could just use the word left on the inhale and nostril on the exhale. Or you could breathe in sun on the inhale and shine on the exhale. Maybe blue sky. Choose something that adds to the effect for you and keeps your mind occupied as you breathe the left nostril breath. And now release the hand down and breathe in through both nostrils and let your belly round up, and at the top, let it spill out all the way down to the bottom. And at the bottom, just wait a moment or two until the body says, breathe in. And breathe in and rest and release. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a really great day.